Hello, everybody. Welcome.
Hello.
It's Monday. You know what that means.
Monday.
Back for
We love
Feywild
Mondays.
Out.
Must be Monday.
How's everybody
These
doing?
are our favorite days.
Local internet niche micro celebrity Nemo is here.
Here and ready to party.
Hasn't been here in a while, so this is weird.
Special
Look at
guest.
him.
I picked up
Oh
a
my
cat
God.
on the ship.
I know we didn't announce it, but he's so adorable, though.
He is.
I love how he
Gonna
just
take a nap right
tucks
here.
his little head under your chin. It's so cute. Very cute.
Hey,
He's making
so cute.
biscuits on my collarbone. Very dangerous.
As is his
biscuits.
right.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, who am I to get in the way of hopefully vegan biscuit making?
Mhm.
Hopefully
Yeah.
vegan.
Juicy
That should be the
vegan
name of
biscuits.
that should be the name of your company. Hopefully vegan.
Hopefully,
Hopefully
vegan.
vegan.
Hopefully vegan biscuit making. I love it. But hello everyone. Welcome back to a Feywild and Out. We are on episode 6.
Yes.
Hey Butt. Thanks, Buttspot.
But
Hey, Butt.
It's always the
Uh,
simple ones that get me.
They
I'm
really-
sorry.
It just brings me so much joy. Oh, don't make Buttspot sad, Gingy. Leave him
No.
alone.
Hopefully vegan, 100% rat free.
We love it. Welcome back to our lovely Sparrow. We missed you so much, and we're so glad that you're here.
welcome back.
It broke my fucking heart to tune in last time and just see that empty spot where I'd normally be.
Agreed.
It was the empty hole in our heart.
It was. We were
Thank
so
you.
sad. We were sad beans.
Thank you, Aber, for the lyric. Appreciate you a lot. I'm glad to be back.
Miss you. We have 3 episodes left, including this one, before I go on maternity leave. Hopefully,
Wow.
if things go south, then it'll be just a
We'll
couple
work-
more
we'll
one
work.
shops.
We'll be
one-shops,
here.
and it'll be great. We'll
Do
be
some
here.
fun things.
Yes.
Yeah,
Um,
it'll work.
Yeah, I know that Jen has been planning some great one shots with some great people. So
Yes.
keep your eye out for that because it's going to be fantastic. Lots of new friends, lots of new faces, and lots of people from different channels, which is going to be absolutely wonderful. Nemo is just baby, and I love him
He's-
so much.
He's just doing his thing.
He's just like, hey,
Official.
love you. I do
Yep.
a snuggle. Good luck with the spawning the crush. Got one thing. Thank you, Abra. Yeah, it's gonna be. That is what
You're
that
not
is what
wrong.
it
Came out of lurk to say that.
is. I came out of blur for that.
You know.
I love that. That is mood. How I feel about it as well. But we are so excited to be back in action. So we're gonna go around the table. We're gonna introduce ourselves, and tell us who we're playing today, and then we'll go into the recap. So let's start the day off with
Wait.
What?
Wait.
Wait.
We have one thing that we want to thank everybody
Yeah.
for.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right.
Big announcement. Big
You
thank you.
all wonderful, lovely, amazing, incredible people funded our art for campaign 2.
In one
In
fucking
one
day.
One day, one day
Oh,
we got
yeah.
all
Wow.
$400 funded for the art, and we are just so incredibly grateful for that. Just we
You guys
cried.
are awesome. Thank
No,
you.
that's-
You're all
it's
wonderful.
incredibly
Honestly,
amazing.
how dare you?
How dare you
Dare you?
love us that much? Thank you.
You're very
so
kind.
much.
Thank you.
We're so overwhelmed by the support. So thank you so much.
Thanks,
Uh,
thanks,
You're the
thanks, and also
best.
thanks.
No, you're the
Thanks.
best.
Thank
you're
you.
all the
You're the
best.
best.
Thank
For
you.
Here's a little
No, you.
dance.
Look, wait.
This was why it was worth it.
I cannot. That brings me so much joy. I cannot wait to see the art for game 2. I think it's just gonna be, it's gonna be so great.
It's gonna
you
be
will
so good.
you will see it once all of these people on screen decide what they're playing.
It's
I
a big
promise.
decision. It's
I'm pretty sure. I'm just waiting to be absolutely sure.
I have no idea what I'm playing. I've made 6 characters. It's gonna be great. I want to try something new, but then do I? I don't know.
Oh. Well, you could always try something new, but also get Eldritch Blast.
Yeah, that's of course.
Blasted.
It's such a good cantrip.
Anyway, I started Eldritch Blasting.
Anyway, I started Eldritch Blasting. Because who doesn't love a good Eldritch Blast? So thank you all so much again for funding the art. We cannot be any more thankful than we are. And we're so excited to bring you even more great content with great artwork. It's going to be wonderful. And then now into our introductions. We're going to start with the person that we missed, Sparrow.
Hi, I am a Black Sparrow, your favorite burb on the internet, and I am playing Lenosa the Goliath, Way of the Shadow Monk. I almost said Bard, which is a total fucking lie. And oh no, rip. Nice try, Jen. Don't worry about it. Yeah, you can find me at Twitter and Instagram at a Black Sparrow. SherrickRobinson.com is also a place that you can find me and stuff. I'm doing theater, which is why I was gone last time. Yeah, it's a great time.
It's a great time. We love you. We love that. Let's go to Jade.
Hi, I'm Jade Valkyrie. I have a cat who's chewing on my hair. And his name is Nemo for the peeps who don't remember. He usually crashes streams, but he has been off of his game for a couple of weeks, but he's back. Yeah, and I'm playing Rowan, the fallen Aasimar cleric to the goddess Shar. So she's a death domain cleric, which is pretty freaking neat, and now has two gods talking to her. Oh, she's so lucky.
Yay. So lucky. Let's go to George.
Hello, I am George W. Ambush, and I play Danis, the Path of the Totem Warrior. Got it!
Yes.
You
Barbarian.
didn't forget.
Nailed
I'm
it.
so proud.
Whew. Is that a first? Is that a first?
I think that's
I think it's like a third, but like
Nice.
it's not
Interspersed.
I
often.
always
in there.
struggle even when I do get it. So, sorry for my outburst.
It's okay. We love how
We shouldn't
proud you are.
kill a plain Anyway.
Yeah, usually your outbursts are a little bit more violent, but yeah,
Yeah.
this is
The
good.
GSA would like a word.
Let's go to Hero.
Hello, suddenly hero. I'm playing Aurelian. I am a bard and rogue, and I'm a sword bard. So we get all the combats in. Sword bard? Question mark. But yeah, half elf, and then just super cool guy, if I do say so myself.
Yep, you're right.
Thank you.
True,
thank you.
can confirm.
But yeah, thank you.
Lovely. Jen.
Hi, my name's Jen, and I'm playing Nisa, the gnome artificer. I'm actually a battlesmith artificer. I don't know if I've ever said that in my intro.
I don't think you have.
I
That's
don't think
me.
you have either.
It's
Aw,
me.
Yeah. We love Nisa. And I'm Pond. I'm the DM for the next 3 sessions before we wrap this story arc up. And I am so excited to be here. I think we are going to have a lovely session today. It's going to be wonderful. So, who wants to take on the recap? I feel like Sparrow's ready.
And if you look to your right, there's Jade. You just sounded like a tour guide right there. I'm sorry.
Did I? If you look to
Yeah,
your right,
right.
there's Jay.
We're gonna have a wonderful evening tonight.
Thank you for coming. Thank you. Thank you.
May I
Thank
take your
you.
hat, sir?
Bye now. Just kidding. We're not leaving. The shenanigans.
Shenanigans.
Does-
We
guys
just missed
can't-
each other, y'all. So
we
bear
missed
with
each
us.
other so
Oh
much.
my God,
You can't
yes.
break me before we even start role playing. Oh God.
I have to
Okay.
now. I have to laugh now because I feel like we're about to cry. Anyway,
mean- Possibly a little bit.
I'm
It's
ready to cry.
Ready.
I like
And seeing it
tears.
spelled out in chat made it worse.
Tell you about him later anyway.
Wouldn't
I
they be
love this.
shenanigans?
Shenanigans. Hey, wonderful. So who wants to take on the recap? Anybody?
I already did it. So
You did, yeah,
I've done it before.
Not me.
I mean, I was gone, so
yeah. Sparrow has like the best excuse to not do it.
So we were on an airship,
Mhm.
and that airship got attacked by pirates.
Yeah.
And one of the pirates seemed to know one of our crew, Lenosa, and they were coming for that large woman. And so we had a battle in the sky between our airship and two other airships, and we shot some cannons at them. A few of them shot some cannons at us. Lenosa casted some darkness on their airship. We murdered. We did a lot of killing.
I like
It was
how
a
you
lot of
implicated us
collective
in this,
killing.
but
Okay, all right. Janice killed a lot of people,
So did
and
Nisa.
the rest of the party killed about the same amount of people collectively. I
yeah,
think.
true.
I feel like it was like a Danis, Nisa, and then the rest of the party combined.
Fair. I'll accept
Nisa
it.
with that boomerang.
True.
Yeah,
Overpowered.
that always comes back. Also, blew up everybody's favorite robotic armadillo.
That was like the
Yeah.
first play. That was like
Yeah, it was.
I thought, okay, so out of like not metagaming, I legit thought that was going to be much like more. So I just,
Huh.
in character, yeeted my armadillo to do nothing.
target go.
He
good.
did.
He did his best.
He did his
He did.
best.
He did his best. He did
And
a
he
great
suffered the
job.
whole time.
True.
Does his consciousness carry over?
Yes,
Yes.
Does he,
because it's
he remembers
just a
that?
little chip that I
That
created.
is
So fast.
horrifying. So that
You
was
murdered
Target can have
me.
a 1,000-yard stare. I want a T-shirt with Target's 1,000-yard stare on it.
I remember
I've
everything.
died so many times. Lenosa got snatched and grabbed.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And then we had to deal with the emotional repercussions of that. We kind of figured out through light interrogation means.
Light.
Okay, major. And there was a zombie involved that kept trying to
Her
eat
name is
them.
Corinne. She has
It's
a name.
Corinne.
She had a name.
Yeah.
Rip.
She was trying to imply that she was going to eat either one of us or herself, but it wasn't allowed, or the interrogation victim.
Can I tell y'all a fun fact?
Yes.
So I submitted that name to Pond, and it was Corin, and I listened back to watch y'all just morph it into Corin. It was so funny to hear.
I'm so
Corin,
sorry.
Corin,
Corinne. Corinne.
It was so fun to just listen to it just get like morphed into a whole new thing.
So we had a game of
It's
telephone,
telephone.
Yeah.
where we morphed a zombie's name, but it's fine. So in one room we had some light, heavy, medium interrogation, and in the other room we kind of had like sleepover vibes, and Danis and Nisa were getting acquainted, and also who fucking sent you? And then it was a lot of fun. We kind of did the back and forth thing for most of the episode. The ship's captain absolutely should not be driving under the influence, but you know what they're
They
doing.
super are.
That.
Super duper.
Yeah.
So thanks, Suzette, for doing that. Thanks for breaking out your stash. And
To be clear, it was
Liam?
Felix's or Liam's stash. It
Oh,
was
Liam's
Liam's stash.
stash.
I guess.
It was either Felix or Liam, one of them.
she knew exactly where it was. I'm gonna say it's both of their stash.
Suzette was just holding it for a friend. It's fine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's the group stash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
No, you don't understand. This is someone on my cruise. And we are on our way back to Waterdeep because we
Baldur's
found out that that's where. Oh, yep. Sorry,
It's okay.
Baldur's Gate.
It's a big time difference.
Yeah, sorry. And we're on our way back to save Lenosa. Also, we found out that there's some potential Shar worship at play and involved in all this, and we're this much confused, but like this much pissed off, so we don't care.
Yep.
It's true.
Well,
Yeah.
we talked to Lenosa's god too. Just
Yeah.
you know.
You did.
Casually.
I mean, yeah,
Ed.
casual. Just hey, how's it going?
Are you sure about that, hero?
That's what he
I
said.
don't know. Said one
Yeah.
of her children.
I think we
mean,
talked to Lenosa's mom and
Yeah,
Lenosa
I think
once.
we talked to your mom. Your mom
We talked to your
called.
mom. I
she
just
seems
wanna
nice.
I just want to touch on the interrogation real quick because Rowan and Aurelian had a really solid interrogation tactic going. Aurelian was playing the I can keep you alive probably, and Rowan was definitely firmly in the my zombie friend is going to kill you regardless of whether or not you answer my questions, so probably just answer them game, which was really impressive. And then Aurelian quickly became switched sides when he found out that their dear bartender friend Greg, that they had met at the Elf Song Tavern in Baldur's Gate, was in fact murdered by the captured pirates captain.
Yeah, then we were all down for murder.
Yeah,
yeah, all right, I
everyone
guess
was
we're
down for
murdering.
murder after that. I mean,
And
you-
we also found out that Greg kind of sold us out.
he did. He sold you guys out a little bit. So there were some feelings there, but mostly it was just how dare you hurt my sweet baby Greg. Baby Greg, he was such a good man. Kind of. Rowan was right all along.
Kind of.
Indeed, they were.
It's Baldur's Gate. It's
Yeah, so good times all around. It was a really great episode. Today we are going to start off in Baldur's Gate, beneath the Temple of Shar. We find Lenosa shackled, beaten, and removed of possessions. The silence in the dungeon echoes. We found Lenosa everywhere. I gotta mute. I gotta get out of. Don't mind me. Can't look at chat while I'm role playing. The silence in this prison cell that you're in, Lenosa, is deafening. You've been here not for very long, but it's hard to tell how time passes in the dark.
Right.
Lucky for you, you're pretty comfortable in the dark, so you can hear like the little squeaks of rats, and you hear footsteps approaching down the stone corridor.
Lenosa starts kind of just like as best she can. Her breathing is kind of ragged, and, she's probably been hit in the ribs one too many times, but she's just humming a little tune to herself. As you would do.
As you would.
Mhm.
So you hear the soft, sort of padded footsteps of someone in like cloth slippers, which is different than the boot steps that you heard earlier that were leaving as the cardinal left your cell. And approaching is someone in a dark black robe with a sort of deep cowl. And the footsteps sound shuffling, and as they come around the corner to the bars of your cell, they sort of pull their hood back, and you see this young half-elf woman. And she goes, "Hello there. You were just brought in, right?"
She's still kind of just humming to herself. She hasn't really like opened her eyes, so she hears this person, but does not see them.
Okay. I know that you don't have any reason to trust me, especially after what you've been through, but I and she sort of like squats down on the ground and leans against the bars a little bit, and she's not looking directly at you, but she reaches into her robes and she pulls out a small bag, and she goes, I have your things here. I You have no reason to trust me.
This time when she says trust, Lenosa's gonna stop humming.
She sort of stops and she like looks at you and then looks back towards the ground, and she goes, I feel like you being here is wrong. The cardinal said that you were a heathen and you were a false believer, but I don't understand how someone who can be involved with one of the faces of the two-faced goddess could be wrong or need to be punished. I was a worshiper of one of the faces before I knew that they were the same goddess, and I don't you don't deserve to die. It doesn't make any sense.
She hasn't opened her eyes. Who are you?
Kiki.
She turns and looks to see what Kiki has, as far as like if it actually is her belongings or if it's just some.
She sort of opens the bag and she sticks her hand into the bag and she starts to pull out your items out of the bag. And she goes, I found one of these in the treasury. It's hard to sneak that much. I'm not my pockets, and like it's go ahead and make an insight check for me on Kiki.
Sure will. That is a dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Nice. She is absolutely terrified and nervous. She's a little bit afraid of you, it seems, but she's also afraid of what she's doing. Because she knows that she could be severely punished for this, but feels that what they're planning is wrong.
Kiki, how old is this temple?
Oh, gosh, I don't even know.
Let me clarify my question. How old is this room?
This room? Oh, I would guess probably centuries.
Lenosa's going to kind of like look up at her hands where she's been shackled. Is she like shackled up over, like hands up over?
Yeah, so your hands are up and then your ankles and knees are shackled together on the ground because they know that you are very physically capable of killing someone with your kneecaps.
I'll be honest, Kiki, I wasn't planning on staying long enough to find out what he wanted to do with me. So if you're hoping to save yourself, then you can go now.
Oh, I just he was talking about sacrificing you to the two-faced goddess, as proof of our devotion, and that how, because you were a non-believer of the Dark Moon Church, I just it just didn't make any sense.
Okay. I just don't want anything bad to happen to you out of this.
Well, on the bright side, if anything does happen, when I die, I get to be with the goddess. But I know how to get out of here.
What's your plan?
Okay. So, and then she just she like shoves all of your stuff back into the bag, which is very apparently a bag of holding that she's nicked from somewhere.
Okay.
And she sort of like scoots it towards you through the bars, and it flops across the floor. And then she rifles through her pockets and she pulls out a little key ring, and she goes, I stole this from one of the guards. And she's like, starts fumbling with it, and she starts trying keys in the lock of your jail cell, and she's like, I know there's the right one here somewhere. Hold on, let me just okay, here. And after about 6 keys, she finally gets it, and you hear the lock pop, and she sort of like looks around, realizing that she's been doing this for probably about a minute and a half. And she goes, I think the cardinal's in bed, so we don't have to worry about him coming down, but the guards will probably notice their keys missing eventually. And then she like pulls the gate open, and she steps in very quickly, and then she sort of pauses, and she looks at the shackles on your knees and your ankles and your wrists. And she goes, Mother be willing. And then she like walks up to you and she starts trying keys on your shackles.
Lenosa does not move. This would be, if this grand escape was her own, this would probably be a good time for her to try and like start working on the joints where the shackles are connected to the walls itself. But any movement right now is probably going to attract attention. So she is very stock still.
Perfect. Your stillness also seems to like comfort Kiki a little bit, because she realized that she's stepping into a cell with someone who's a known killer to her knowledge. But she feels very righteous about what she's doing. Eventually she's able to get your wrists free. And then she begins to work on your ankles and your knees. It takes her another 3 minutes or so.
That hurts Lenosa a lot that this is taking so long. But she actually keeps her hands up over her head, like does not, like even though the wrist, it doesn't move them. She's not moving.
Once you hear the final lock pop, she sort of takes a step back and she goes, okay, I know how to get out of here. I can give you the directions if you want, or I can lead. Which one would you prefer?
What will make you feel the most safe, Kiki?
Oh gosh, I didn't even think about it. I guess if we get caught together, that would be the most dangerous thing for me.
Let me be clear. You're very scared, right?
Yeah.
Of me, right?
Kind of.
I know you're scared of being caught. That's quite evident. You were not meant to be here, not meant to be doing this, but look at
Supposed to be
me.
cleaning the kitchens.
Uh,
And she sort of like looks up at you and she goes, the cardinal said that you killed so many of the men he hired to find you. And that we should be wary because you were very capable. But I'm less afraid of you than I am of the cardinal. So
we will fill in what is false and what is true later. But
okay.
my intent is not to harm you at all, Kiki. I will place my trust in you. And she picks up very carefully, no sudden movements, like I am dealing with something that is potentially very easy to spook. Picks up
deer.
picks up her bag, and in it she is going to back. Okay, I thought I had something a bit more useful to give her. She's going to pull the shovel out of the bag because she had a small shovel, and she's going to hand it to Kiki and say, if you need to defend yourself, even against me, here.
Okay. And she just sort of holds it very awkwardly. She just doesn't know what.
If you don't want it, that's fine. I just
No, this is great.
Okay.
Thank you for the gift.
Lead the way.
Let's go then. And she starts to lead you sort of through the maze of the hallways down below the temple. There are a couple of points where you have to stop as guards are doing their rounds, and you sort of do the, she like backs against a wall into the shadows and waits for the guards to pass. It doesn't seem like there's really any other prisoners in this area. Like, you were probably the only person here.
Okay.
So most of the guards were near your cell, but it's also very late. So you eventually make it to a flight of stone stairs, and at the top there's large engraved stone doors, and on the back of them you see engraved on it is the visage of Shar. Which, for those of you who don't know, let me get a description. Shar is a very tall, beautiful humanoid with black hair. And when visiting the mortal realms, her dark hair would move and swirl regardless of gravity and outside forces. She usually carries two very large swords, and she has been fully engraved on this with all of the aspects of her personality. And she goes, "This is the main temple floor. From here, you can go to the right and you can get out. I'll probably go back to the kitchens. That way nobody really knows what's happened. Is there anything else that you need from me?"
Lenosa kind of drops to a knee carefully to, cut the height distance, because I don't know how tall Kiki is,
not
but
very tall at all. She's
figured
like 5'6". Yeah.
Figured not. Is there anything here the cardinal covets? Anything here that he places importance to?
Well, other than you, He did come back a few days ago, with this big, very scary looking spear that he was very proud of. Um,
Where's
and,
that?
if it's not on him, it's usually in his chambers, which are at the back of the temple. He's probably sleeping, which means that it would be maybe on one of his weapon racks in the room. I'm not allowed in his private chambers.
I understand. What were you hoping for me to do once I get out of here?
Live? I didn't really think that far ahead, honestly.
I understand. I forgive me. I'm taken more blows to the head tonight than I have in a while. I meant once I get out of the temple, is there the heading that I can have, or?
Oh, yeah. So, he brought you back. He brought you back directly here, but he said that you had been found in the Elf Song Tavern. So that is just that way, if that's where you'd like to get back to. I don't know where your friends are.
I feel like the Elf Song Tavern is an unwise choice.
Probably, but I know that the airship yard is that way too. And he took some ships to go get you. Were you on an airship when he took you?
Correct.
I don't think that that's an unsafe place, because he didn't go to them for the ships. He
True.
hired them separately.
Kiki, head to the kitchens and worry about me no more. And she's going to just lean forward and place a slight little kiss right on top of her little head. And then she's going to like stand up and then go, temple, his chambers this way.
Mm-hmm. It's that door right over there.
She's already started walking.
And so Kiki's just sort of like at a little bit of a loss, but sort of nods her head and begins to head her way over back towards the kitchens. What are you doing?
Going for those bed chambers, fam.
All right, make me a stealth roll. Is there anything you'd like to do to make that easier on yourself?
I don't know what you mean by that, but it's an 18.
Oof, okay, that's super high, so you're good. So as far as you know, you are part of the night, part of the darkness. You're able to get to, you see the doors, they're pretty ornate doors. It's pretty hard to miss. Whether or not they're locked is yet to be seen.
Okay. Would it be fair to say that it's been a decent amount of time since she was taken from the?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. May I posit that while her hit points may not have recovered, she may have had time to recover her key?
Mm-hmm.
Sweet. Okay, cool. Good to know. Good to know. How close do I be to this door here?
You're about 30 feet away right now.
Okay. Well, walking speed is 40, so gonna close that distance hella quick.
Like a shadow in the night, you make it to the door.
Okay. She's going to steel herself and have a memory pass through her mind of standing in the rafters long ago. And she is going to cast Pass Without Trace.
Ooh. Okay.
On
perfect.
herself.
The shadows of the temple wrap themselves around you, and make it much easier for you to blend in So go ahead and make me a stealth roll to try and open the door quietly. You've
Okay.
passed without a trace. So you add 10 to that.
Yes, I do. So that would be let's see, 16. That'd be a 26 total.
Jeez Louise. Okay. Yeah, so the door opens silently. There's no scraping of stone on the floor or anything that would even indicate that you've opened the door.
Mhm.
The room is opulent. It is full of rich velvet draperies, and there's a huge bed. You hear a soft snore coming from the bed, accompanied by a light breathing that's from a separate body. It's dark in here, but give me a perception check.
It's an 18 total.
Okay. So looking around the room in here, you can see sort of like the outline of two bodies in the bed that's curtained. But you also do see leaning up near the side of the bed, sort of haphazardly placed, is a very large spear.
Moving towards it, baby.
Okay, let's do one more stealth roll.
Same score.
Perfect. The soft snores continue, as well as the light breathing, and you're able to make it to the side of the bed to grab the spear. As you reach out for the spear, you hear a voice, sort of trickle in through your brain, and it just says, "Take the spear and my gift." And you feel this sort of rush through your body, like you're a little bit more powerful than you normally would be.
Okay. She's going to kind of just like tiny little hairs on the back of her neck are going to stand up because she was like 1,000% sure she was quiet as fuck. And so that first take, she's like, fuck, like in her head. And then she realizes that it's not from who she thought it was from. So with just like a silent, just that feeling of like your nerves just falling through your spine, she's going to close her hand around the just like the midpoint of the spear and pull back, and she kind of thinks to herself for a second and looks at the doorway that she came through, and then looks at how close she is to where she wants to be. And instead of thinking about what she wants to do, she thinks about what she has to do. And she remembers a monk that used to play this game with her late at night. A very simple game, very easy, hide and seek. And she remembers a specific trick that he would do that he said that he would teach her someday, and he never got to. And she like looks at the shadow kind of coming, like this is kind of just cut by the moon.
Mm-hmm.
And she just kind of like pivots like a fancy little like pirouette almost, just like on the
Beautiful.
toes little turn. She is fully in that shadow, and then she uses shadow step and she's fucking gone.
Off into the night, Lenosa escapes with both of the Cardinals' most prized possessions. And we're going to cut through Baldur's Gate into the sky as the sun begins to rise over this city. And we see an airship coming into land at Suzette's shipyard. Aurelian, Rowan, Danis, Nisa. What you doing?
I think by this time, Rowan has woken up and is in full like prep for battle mode.
Mm-hmm.
Probably has checked in with everyone, making sure that we have enough rations. Everyone has sharpened their weapons if they do so. Any preparations. She herself has even changed out her weapon for a more lethal mace. Things of that nature. So does everybody have everything that we need? Because we need to be in here very quickly and get Lenosin and get right back out.
Yep, already. It's still early, but let's do this.
Danis is clinging to the mast. I think I have everything that I need.
We're scared, baby. Nisa, are you ready? You're muted.
Not anymore. But I'm fine. I'm ready.
Ready to go. Suzette at the main generator of the ship, you hear her just go, "We're landing!" she's just
Why do you sound
fueled.
concerned? Why do you sound concerned?
There's no concern. I haven't slept in 24 hours and half my crew almost died.
I'm a little bit concerned.
I break out of her in my mind group cuddle puddle and go to the the ship landing station.
As you approach, you see Suzette, who's just like frantically like pushing buttons and pulling on levers, and you see that like her eyes are just bloodshot red and wide open, and her hair is very frazzled where it hasn't been singed off from the fire, and she's shaking a little bit as she like reaches for things, and she turns to look at you as you approach, and you can just see the dark circles under her eyes from having not slept and utilized this potion, and she's like, "We're ready to go."
Okay. Oh, what do we do?
We land.
Do it.
That seems like a you job.
That's what I'm doing. Why are you
Okay.
bothering me?
You sounded concerned. I
There
go
was
and
no
look over the
concern.
edge.
It's gonna be okay. Are we? Yeah. Where are we at in relation to the ground? We're good. We're solid.
Yeah, you're good. You're good. You're not like approaching the ground fast, but you do see the landing tower
Just
is definitely coming up. And she starts to, you hear the sort of like creaks and gears as she starts to slow the ship down and approach the landing. Thank you so much, Shar.
tipped by the gods.
Tipped by the gods. And you feel this lurch. Everybody go ahead and make me a dexterity saving throw. Danis gets advantage because he's clinging to the mast.
Hell yeah.
Oh dear. Dennis had the right idea.
Ew.
Oh, that's not great. 15.
15.
Thank goodness for advantage.
12.
12.
16.
16.
Not 20.
Nat 20. Lovely,
Dang.
everyone.
It's my first roll of this dice, by the way.
Nice.
Hey,
That's a
go.
good die.
My dice never.
Thank you. Thank you so much, signed the gods, for your
Yes. Thank you. Y'all are too
We're
kind.
blessed. Thank you.
It's destiny. Nisa, you struggle a little bit as the ship sort of lurches to slow down, and it's very jerky. It's nowhere near as smooth as what you're used to and what you've experienced on this ship. Everyone else is sort of able to keep their feet as this giant airship comes. Sort of, if an airship could screech, it would come screeching to a halt at the airship yard at the top of the tower. And as it stops completely, she's holding on to like two different levers and she doesn't let go as you stop. She just turns to look at Nisa and Aurelian and she goes, "Save your friend!" And then she collapses to the ground.
Hopefully run up to hug her. She can like collapse into my
She collapses
body.
into your arms and you just hear snoring. She's
I'm gonna just drop her off in a room or something. Just start like dragging her legs up between mine.
Okay, I'll help.
It's fine. Go save. I'll be out there in a
Oh,
second.
we need you too.
I'm gonna be. I'm not gonna drop her on the
Don't
floor.
drag her head. Don't.
I drop Suzette on the floor.
she collapses.
Dennis,
She doesn't wake up.
Dennis just walks over, picks her up with ease, and takes her down to the room.
Thank you,
She
big
just-
guy.
Like she just completely limp body gnome flops out. She's got like drool coming like on the
Aw.
side of her mouth. She's never been awake this long in her entire life, except for maybe in college, but it was not after an airship battle where two of her people died and one of them got turned into a zombie. She's had a stressful 24 hours.
It's been a long day.
It's been a long
Turn.
day.
That makes sense.
Well,
Janice, thank you for taking my cousin to her room. We have to check on her before we leave. Okay, everyone. Yeah.
Okay.
Do
if
we
you
have
want-
a game plan?
I mean, if you want, I can definitely check her and make sure that she is all right and heal her afterwards. But I'm sure it's just a sleep thing.
I think she's just
Okay.
exhausted.
We got to plan. That would be lovely.
We go in, kill
Um,
everyone, and rescue.
Oh,
Vanessa.
look, my boomerang landed on the floor right here.
Oh,
Oh, when I
nice.
found it.
I do like that plan a lot, actually. Unusual to agree
I
with
know.
Aurelian for this one, but
I liked it.
Well, anyone else opposed to going in and bop, up?
Bop, bop, bop.
And she just gestures with her mace. Bop,
Are we
bop.
just going? Are we just going to the temple church?
Yes.
Do we
Think
know where
so.
to go?
Yes, I do actually.
Okay.
Haven't been to this particular location before, but they all have a general sense of layout. Shar preferences. Forgot what the name is called, but moving through the soul through the front of the temple to the end of the temple. Very, very particular ways of planning things.
Okay.
Wonder if there's any. We should probably
I
check
really-
it out. Sorry.
No, you're fine. I was gonna say I actually remade Target, and he can come back with intel now.
Hey.
Oh, that's
Ooh.
perfect.
It's not like a lot. I mean, he speaks beeps and boops, but I understand them.
He looks better than ever.
He's like 1 inch bigger. Target 4.0. Woo!
He's been working out.
You hear Target go, woo!
Dennis, how
Yeah.
you doing, big guy?
I'm glad that we're on the ground again.
Could say the same. You
He
ready?
kind of like looks back at the mast. People shouldn't fly.
Mhm.
Well, we're not flying anymore. Are we ready to go?
I'm ready. Let's hit the
By all
ground then.
means.
Okay, I'll follow you, Rowan.
And Rowan will start walking off the ship and towards the the temple area, but she's also being actually more vigilant than usual in terms of looking for anybody out of place. Is there
Sorry.
someone out of place?
No, I just
Oh, shit.
Just saying it.
Well, no, this is just here at the dock.
You
no,
never know.
Hey, that's weird.
never know. Hey. Yeah, so go ahead and make me perception rolls as you walk. You know where the Temple of Shar is, Rowan. It's sort of your job to know
Yeah,
where they're at.
it's 22.
Perfect. Does anyone else want to make a perception
Yeah,
roll
yeah.
for out of place characters?
Keep
This one's a big D20.
keep
I'm
it
sorry,
a
I'm
look
really-
at.
Funny.
I'm very
Ooh.
excited about having real dice. It's been months.
Yeah, no. Real dice, it's so nice. It's just the feeling of it, right? Like
Satisfying.
yes.
12 for
True.
perception.
22.
12, 22, 22.
Sorry to interrupt. Do we have music?
Oh my good golly goodness.
Oh, no.
Good jeez.
I thought I just missed the window, and I was like, "Well, it's fine."
I opened mine up super late, so I didn't know if we had it or
Don't
not.
mind me, just
Pretty math rocks indeed.
Yes, click clack math rocks.
As
I love
we
'em.
as we are waiting for that, I will show you. There's this one. It's light and purple. There's this one. It's clear and glittery, and you can
So
shake it
cool.
up. And then there's this one, which is dark purple and gold.
All right, we have sound now. You just gotta turn it all the way up.
Hey.
Crank it up.
Wonderful. Wonderful. All right,
Yes.
we're here.
Nice. The sounds of Baldur's Gate.
Oh, I got a 22, by the way.
so many 22s. Lovely. I
Dang.
love it. Perfect. Sorry about the lack of music. I forgot a little bit.
You're fine. It's good.
Brain go burr. Perfect. So you don't really notice anyone out of place. You're able to sort of eyeball a couple of pickpockets who come your way, because it is Baldur's Gate after all.
Mhm.
The sun is just rising over the city, and you approach the temple. The front of the temple is still very deep in shadow. And as you approach, from within the temple, you hear a scream. It's more like a rage-induced yell than it is a scream. It sounds like someone who is more angry now than they have been their entire life. Coming from inside of the temple as the temple doors sort of bust open, and you see a couple of different Shar worshippers sort of like scurrying out into the day.
I'd like to stop one of them running out, if possible, or at least get their attention. Excuse me, friend. And I don't even know. I guess they're doing this now.
Yeah.
Friend, what exactly is the commotion going on at the temple?
Oh, and you stop this sort of young human boy, probably about 17 or 18, and he looks at you and he goes, "Oh, the cardinal is livid. We have failed. We have failed the two-faced goddess. The dark moon will never come to pass. We must go forth and find the people that we've lost. And the thing that we've lost. We have to go find it, or he's going to punish us. Please move."
And I'll let them aside. Would
Oh.
I know about, because as a player I know, but as Rowan, would I know about the two-faced goddess?
Make me, let's see, religion,
All right. Okay.
religion or history, whichever one you'd rather do.
Let's see which has the higher thing. I can read. Oh, bet they're the same thing.
Perfect.
13 plus 3, 16.
16. You have heard of the Dark Moon, like, prophecy. Some people have called it heresy. And that you've heard of the two-faced goddess before. It's Shar, but Shar and Saloon together as the same goddess. The two faces of the same goddess. You've never, as far as I'm aware, subscribed to this theory?
No, she hasn't. It seems that the occupants of the temple and the cardinal are subscribed to the odd notion that Shar and Saloon are one and the same. Two sides of a odd, annoying, but also powerful coin.
We can talk about that coin far away from here, as she just like the shadow that like that Danis is casting now has Lenosa on her knees holding a spear, and she like uses it to kind of like get up.
Before you do that, Nisa's gonna run up and hug you around your shoulders.
Shh. Not here, Nisa.
I'm just okay.
Shh.
I've never been
Lenosa.
so happy to be scared shitless in my life.
Lenosa. Do you hear
What?
me?
Do we
Let's
need to go?
We should go. Let's find another place to talk. We can talk about this.
Yep, she's like very clearly leaning on this spear. She is beat half to shit, and
As we are walking away,
Janice, can you help
I'm-
Lenosa?
I'm gonna go ahead.
Danis is still staring at the temple. He has not heard anything. He's like gripping at his maul, and he is ready to charge in.
Lenosa, let me help you out a bit. And I'm gonna go ahead and put my hand on her and cast invisibility. So
Perfect.
everything, so her and everything that she's holding will disappear. He allows me to.
and while we're at it, and Rowan casts healing word, and heals Lenosa for 12 HP.
Beautiful.
okay.
Now let's get you and the spear away from here as quickly as possible.
Should we head back to the docks, you think?
What
I
is-
can't-
What is Danis doing?
He is still just staring at the temple.
Go ahead and make me a wisdom saving throw.
That's not great. Wisdom 6.
6. So some part of you has acknowledged that Lenosa is out of the temple, but the other half of you that recognizes what was done to Lenosa in the temple is much stronger. And you feel drawn into it. Anyone can step in at any time to prevent him from trying to go into the temple.
Rowan wasn't actively paying attention, but would she be able to pick up on it passively by chance?
I feel like Danis, with a 6 wisdom, would start to slowly but very firmly walk towards the temple doors.
I am going to make a point to point out that because she emerged from Danis's shadow, she is standing directly in front
Oh
of him.
yeah, that's right.
So like, I feel like that kind of wastes Aurelian's, that, you know, if they make contact, I don't know how invisibility works.
If you attack or cast a spell, it goes away, I believe.
Okay, so I wouldn't attack him, but she is not going to move out of the way. And if he gets close enough, she is going to say to him, Danis, I know what you're thinking. I know how you're feeling. I was just there some hours ago, and my vengeance was right in front of me and I could not take it, and this is not the time. Danis of the Great Wood, turn and walk away. And I will do an intimidation check.
Yeah, that's great. Roll that with advantage.
Can I just touch metal arm to stomach?
Dennis, how would you respond to Lenosa saying this to you?
Danis is wielding his maul like mostly in one hand, but he's holding the other end as if he's preparing.
Mm-hmm.
And through gritted teeth.
That's a 17 and an 18 BT dub.
Perfect.
Through gritted teeth, he'll say, "They took my friend."
Turn and walk away.
I hate to interrupt, but we can always come back.
We will be back, Dennis. Your friend is
Yeah,
right
we'll come
here
kick their ass.
with us. And we'll go together.
Danis is still just kind of like gripping the maul with his fingertips, and he kind of like puts it above his head, behind his head, and just. He kind of storms off a little bit. Just kind of fades into the crowd for a moment before turning back around. We should go now.
I can go.
Let's
Okay.
go.
Where can we go? Aurelian, you might know.
I might know some places around here that we could go and lay low for a little bit.
Okay.
Do we have any areas that we could go to? Any safe houses or anything that?
Yeah, so there are a couple of like Thieves Guild safe houses that you would know of. The closest one would probably be, let me see. Let me check my notes. Sorry, guys. Usually more prepared.
Wow.
You're fine.
How dare I need
Prepare
notes.
for everything that we could possibly think of. at
Every
any
single
moment.
thing. You would know that the Low Lantern Tavern has like sort of a safe room. It's the tavern inside of the ship, at the ship docks. They would have sort of a safe room. They're part of the Thieves Guild, so you'd be able to go there.
I know a good little tavern.
All right. Yeah, I'll follow you guys.
Well, let's head to the docks then.
Perfect. How long does invisibility last?
1 hour.
1 hour. Okay. Perfect. So it doesn't take you a full hour to get there. Aurelian, as you guys approach this tavern, you're able to, the door opens and you come in and you go, the bartender's standing next to the bar and he looks up and down at you and he goes, "Drink or food?"
Just need a room for a bit.
I mean, I kind of want to. Okay, yep. Just a room.
And probably some drink as well.
Okay, yep.
Drinks in a room. You need that privacy. And as he says privacy, he flicks a coin from finger to finger, which you would recognize as a symbol of the Thieves Guild, sort of acknowledging each other.
Yeah, we could need a bit of privacy. If you don't mind.
All right, then this way. And he sort of like, the coin disappears in his hands, and he grabs a key and walks you back past the bar towards the back of the ship. And you can hear the creaking of the ship docked. And he leads you into a small room. There's enough room for everyone here, but it's definitely small. And he goes, "Exits in the back, if you know what I'm saying."
Right. Appreciate it.
Very good. Very good. How long you been needing for?
It
You need to
was.
sleep.
We might need to.
Yeah.
At least a day.
All right then. Very good. I'll have food and drinks. No worries.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Ah,
We'll take care of everything.
I just kind of, as he
yeah. yeah.
walks out, just can you bring something that doesn't have meat in it?
No meat. Got it. All right.
Just for just one plate. Okay, I like kind of walk back in the room.
Anything for a friend of a friend, you know what I'm saying? And then he closes the door and walks off. And with that, our reunification has happened. Our party is finally back together. Lenosa is safe.
Big hugs.
Danis didn't attack, and we are going to take a quick break. Also, welcome in Utahime. Hi.
Vengeance.
Yeah, welcome in.
Hi, friend.
Thank you for that follow. And we will be back after a short break. So
right.
please make sure you stretch, drink some water, take your meds, and take care of yourself. And we will be back in just a
See
few
you
minutes with
soon.
more beautiful roleplay. Love you.
Bye.
Woohoo!
Bye.
See you in a bit.
And across his face. And as he's looking into your eyes, you can hear the sort of gasping, like, as his life starts to be drained from his body. And as the sort of purple and green lines come across his eyes, and he takes his last breath, you pull your hand away and you see.
Swollen. I made you guys come here, and I don't want to make you wait until the next day.
You know what? I'm curious about where this goes. And she's going to hold on to her. Now, at this point, she doesn't even wear gloves because y'all know the thing. So she's just gonna touch her hand, and it's gonna glow. And you're now blessed for whatever you want to do.
Well, now I
If
feel
I were-
nervous.
All right, fine.
Picks it back up.
And she makes eye contact with Nisa and says, "On your mark."
Ready, set, go!
Constitution saving
Oh my
throws,
God.
please.
Hey.
About that time, you hear a loud crash from the Danis is there.
Nothing.
Nothing. And Rowan's gonna walk towards whatever that noise was.
Yeah.
Danis is quickly like picking things up and putting them into his arms, and he kind of like wheels around and looks at you.
Holding muffins, also looking at you. Nisa, you have like probably one of the best shops around. It's everything's so unique. It's different. It's different, but in a good way.
Just splat. Just complete and utter.
I understand. Say
Yeah.
no more. Fa-
Set.
Me?
Yeah, you.
Ooh, I mean,
You attacked us, and you have more tears on your face than the person who died.
did you watch him kill everyone?
Oh yeah. No, I didn't. But I've seen it before with animals. I killed a man.
I watched you kill like
Kids
7 of
Club.
us. He's just like, he's significant.
A level 2.
Okay.
By the way, I didn't mention that.
That's
Okay, so to hit, it is a 9.
A 9 will miss,
Rip.
unfortunately.
Swing and a miss.
A swing and a miss. And that will bring us to Danis. Unfortunately, Danis, they did not get super within range of you. And I feel bad about that, but here we are.
Just a melee in airship combat.
Just melee.
Perhaps rich things don't sit well with me then.
Is it rich things, or could it be?
You like Rowan?
You hear a voice, very gentle in your head. You feel a soft cool tingles sort of run down your spine. It says, "Child of Timora."
What is this?
Who is this? Which god is this?
Well, I know who Timora is, but
No,
like,
I know, but this is not Timora.
how did you get this number?
It's a new phone.
That May? Yeah, you.
Ooh, I mean,
You attacked us, and you have more tears on your face than the person who died.
did you watch him kill everyone?
Oh yeah. No, I didn't. But I've seen it before with animals. I killed a man.
I watched you kill like 7 of us.
She's like, he's just like, he's significant. You hear a voice, very gentle in your head. You feel a soft, cool tingle sort of run down your spine. It says, "Child of Timora."
What is this?
Who is this? Which god is this?
Well, I know who Timora is, but
No,
like,
I know, but this is not Timora.
how did you get this number?
It's a new phone.
All right, fine.
Picks it back up.
And
Love it.
she makes eye contact with Nisa and says, "On your mark."
Ready, set, go!
Constitution saving
Oh my
throws.
God.
Please.
Hey! It's rolling. I made you guys come here, and I don't want to make you wait until the next day.
You know what? I'm curious about where this goes. And she is going to hold on to her. No, at this point, she doesn't even wear gloves because y'all know the thing. So she's just going to touch her hand and it's going to glow. And you're now blessed for whatever you want to do.
Well, now I
If
feel
I were-
nervous.
About that time, you hear a loud crash from the room that Danis is in. Nothing.
Nothing. And Rowan's gonna walk towards whatever that noise was.
Yeah.
Danis is quickly like picking things up and putting them into his arms, and he kind of like wheels around and looks at you.
Holding muffins, also looking at you.
Just splat. Just complete and utter.
I understand. Say
Yeah.
no more. Fa-
And across his face. And as he's looking into your eyes, you can hear the sort of gasping, like, as his life starts to be drained from his body. And as the sort of purple and green lines come across his eyes and he takes his last breath, you pull your hand away and you see.
A level 2.
Okay.
By the way, I didn't mention that.
That's
Okay, so to hit, it is a 9.
A 9 will miss,
Rip.
unfortunately.
Swing and a miss.
A swing and a miss. And that will bring us to Danis. Unfortunately, Danis, they did not get super within range of you. And I feel bad about that, but here we are.
Just a melee in airship combat.
Just melee.
Nisa, you have like probably one of the best shops around. It's everything's so unique. It's different. It's different, but in a good way.
Perhaps rich things don't sit well with me then.
Is it rich things, or could it be?
You like Rowan?
It's full. I made you guys come here, and I don't want to make you wait until the next day.
You know what? I'm curious about where this goes. And she is going to hold on to her. No, at this point, she doesn't even wear gloves because y'all know the thing. So she's just going to touch her hand and it's going to glow. And you're now blessed for whatever you want to do.
Well, now I feel nervous.
A level 2.
Okay.
By the way, I didn't mention that. Okay, so to hit, it is a 9.
A 9 will miss,
Rip.
unfortunately.
Swing and a miss.
A swing and a miss. And that will bring us to Danis. Unfortunately, Danis, they did not get super within range of you. And I feel bad about that, but here we are.
Just a melee in airship combat.
Just melee. Just splat. Just complete and utter.
I understand. Say
Yeah.
no more. Fa-
That
Me?
yeah, you.
Ooh, I mean,
You attacked us, and you have more tears on your face than the person who died.
did you watch him kill everyone?
Oh yeah. No, I didn't. But I've seen it before with animals. I killed a man.
I watched you kill like 7 of us. He's just like, he's significant.
Nisa, you have like probably one of the best shops around. It's everything's so unique. It's different. It's different, but in a good way.
And across his face. And as he's looking into your eyes, you can hear the sort of gasping, like, as his life starts to be drained from his body. And as the sort of purple and green lines come across his eyes and he takes his last breath, you pull your hand away and you see...
About that time, you hear a loud crash from the room that Danis is in.
Nothing.
Nothing. And Rowan's gonna walk towards whatever that noise was.
Yeah.
Danis is quickly like picking things up and putting them into his arms, and he kind of like wheels around and looks at you.
Holding muffins, also looking at you.
You hear a voice, very gentle in your head. You feel a soft, cool tingle sort of run down your spine. It says, "Child of Timora."
What is this?
Who is this? Which god is this?
Well, I know who Timora is, but
No,
like,
I know, but this is not Timora.
how did you get this number?
This is new phone.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Welcome.
Hello.
Hello.
We're back again. How is everyone doing? How was your how was chat's break? Did you all take your meds, drink your water? We updated our goal for game 2 fundage.
Yes.
To cover.
And now it is just kind of a general fund. It'll cover emotes and possibly like an animated intro or something. Cover a lot of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
A new logo.
Yes.
Yeah, new logo, emotes, animated intro. We would love to be able to go all out. So, everything that you give us goes straight to the stream, and we're so grateful for that. You all are so
Yeah.
wonderful.
Oh yeah.
That's the cool
Oh,
thing about
yeah.
Pally, because we're not doing the Twitch affiliate nonsense, because we're not giving Bezos his 50%. Take that,
Yeah.
you bald bitch.
Take that.
And soon,
we're
very
dropping frames.
soon.
We're dropping frames.
Oh no!
Only on Twitch, though. Only on Twitch. Fine on YouTube. Hello, YouTube. By the way, we haven't
Hello,
forgotten about you.
YouTube. We haven't.
We
Definitely.
appreciate you if you're watching us on YouTube, by the way.
We do. We're grateful. We love
And
you.
I also would like to add that we are working on a Patreon, so then that way, you all can get the behind the scenes, because I know that a lot of people in the chat were like, I can't wait to see the art, etc., etc. So we'll tell you all of the cool stuff that we can without spoiling all the good stuff, and document our journey, and you can see where your donations are going to and all this awesome cool stuff that we're brewing. So
It's gonna be so cool.
stay tuned.
It's going
Yeah.
to be great. I'm so excited about
Are we
it.
gonna? I know that we were planning on maybe doing some one shots on Patreon. Are we gonna put when we get sketches? Are we gonna put those in the Patreon?
Yeah, I'm
Oh, heck
I feel like we
yeah.
could put up our concepts, share our concepts, get the sketches,
Yeah.
and then just kind of document the whole
The
thing.
whole
that
process.
sounds,
Yeah.
that sounds like a
behind
good,
behind the D&D studio. Even
We'll also be
Mhm.
putting
Behind the screen.
our after game chats on Patreon, in just the Zoom call, not even
Mhm.
live, just us talking. Maybe someone can convince us to do the before stream chats that are just completely random.
They all are always just us randomly being excited to hang out with each other again, which is really great. I love being excited to hang out with my friends and play Dungeons and Dragons.
Me
It's
too.
my favorite thing. So, quick recap before we jump back into it. The team arrived at Baldur's Gate, sans Lenosa, to try and rescue her from the Temple of Shar. Lenosa, it turns out, rescued herself with a little bit of help from Kiki. Damn it, David, thank you so much for that
Thank you for the 15.
Hey,
Appreciate you.
thank you.
Appreciate you. With the help of a lovely young half elf named Kiki, who was very confused by the goal of the Lenosa's kidnapper, helped Lenosa escape and made sure that she had all of her items. Lenosa was able to get out also with a spear of Shar. What? Did
Dun, dun, dun.
Did Rowan notice that Lenosa?
Oh no, yeah, she noticed.
Okay.
She's very much aware. Yeah.
Wonderful. The party reunited, was able to convince Danis not to go into the temple and kill everyone, or try to, which was great. It was difficult, but they succeeded.
This time.
This time. Following Aurelian's lead, they were able to go to a small Thieves Guild safe house in Baldur's Gate, where they should be safe for the next 24 hours or so, able to rest, recover, recuperate, and figure out what their plan is, because gosh diddly darn it, they've been on an airship for way too long. And I don't think that Danis's mental health can handle another trip. Probably not Rowan's either, honestly. Rowan would rather take 7 giant eagles.
Call the giant eagles.
Call the giant Gandalf, we need your aid.
Essentially.
Where's that moth?
Where's
Get
that
the
moth?
eagles.
Get them. So real quick, we're just gonna, for those of our friends in chat who joined us late in the game, we'll do a little quick circle, who you are playing and who you are. We're gonna start this time with Jen.
Hi, I'm Jen. I'm playing Nisa, True Gem, the Battlesmith Artificer Gnome.
Beautiful. Let's go to Sparrow.
Hi, I am a Black Sparrow. I am your favorite bird on the internet. I am playing Lenosa, the Way of the Shadow Monk, who is also a Goliath.
Love to see it. Who was just rescued.
Neat.
Let's go to Jade.
Hello, everyone. I'm Jade Valkyrie, playing Rowan, the fallen Asimar death cleric to the goddess Shar, who has now gotten her friend, who apparently is connected to a god that she's been listening to, and her most prized possession, back all in one go. But why can her friend hold the weapon? Question marks everywhere. Math. The math chip is flying right now.
Love that. Hero.
Hello, I'm suddenly a hero. I'm playing Aurelian, the half-elf, College of Sword, bard and rogue. While you were studying the books, I was studying the sword. Edgy thief with a heart of gold. That's me.
That's you. George.
Hello, I'm George W. Ambush. I'm playing Danis, the Fearbolg, Path of the Totem Warrior. Got it again. You can't stop me. Path of the Totem Warrior Barbarian.
It's unstoppable.
Unstoppable. And I'll take half that damage. Thank you.
Nice.
You will take half of almost all the damage. Beautiful. And I am your DM for this evening, Pond. Just here hanging out with my lovely group of friends and enjoying this absolute chaos that is Feywild announced. We come back to find our party sitting quietly in the safe house of the Thieves Guild, aboard the Low Lantern Tavern, which is inside of a ship here in Baldur's Gate. Lenosa, you are still invisible unless you've got probably, I'd say, another 20 minutes or so of invisibility left before it runs out.
But go ahead.
Okay.
Aurelian.
Cancel it if you.
Cancel it if you want to. It's
I'll go
your
ahead,
spell. I
cancel
can't
it.
stop you.
Everyone is visible.
Okay. So chances are you see Lenosa snap back into visibility, sitting on the floor, spear across her lap. And she is like, you got that like labored breathing because the healing helped, but she's still kind of not great. I mean, she'd be all right, but she's not at full health. So,
Yeah.
and shit was wild.
You are a sight
So-
for sore eyes. It's good to see you.
Thank you.
Oh,
Well, that's not an experience I would like to repeat anytime soon. I don't know about any of you. And she,
No.
like, I'm not going to cough into the mic, but like she can't quite finish that sentence because she's coughing a bit.
What? Like, what happened? Like, honestly, I thought we were gonna come in here and, fight, and then you were just outside. Like, what happened? Not like
Nisa, I've taken a lot of blows to the head. So to simplify it, I was preparing to die, and someone saw that as wrong. And I only hope she is okay.
someone helped you.
Yes.
Of the normal sort or of the annoying goddess in your head sort?
Well, I didn't really have a lot of time for interrogations, Rowan, but I would say somewhere in the middle.
surprised you didn't break out of there and beat everyone up on your way out.
Well, the Cardinal didn't really allow for that to be much of a thing, but that scream you heard,
Yeah.
I will take great pride in that scream for a very long time.
Serves them right to steal both a friend and a prized possession.
When Rowan says prized possession, Lenosa kind of cocks her head a bit. Because she, like, when she took the spear, it was very dark. She was just told that there was something that he coveted a lot. She has no idea what the fuck is sitting in her lap, really. It was kind of just like he wants this, so Lenosa says he can't fucking have it, kind of a thing. She does not know what this thing is. Prized possession. I know it was something the Cardinal wanted. I did not know it was something you wanted.
Oh, Oh, you don't know? Huh.
Well,
would-
I
Lenosa was
That
gone
would
for
be
that
like her.
conversation.
Rowan,
That would be
As-
like her.
Rowan, I do not mean this as an insult, but I wasn't doing a lot of thinking of you on my way out of the building.
No, that's totally fine. I just, Lenosa, if you would indulge me, can I see your hands?
And she places them up, and you note that they they did not take the wraps that are normally on her hands. So like she does have that like white like cloth wrapping over her palms, but not her fingers. And she holds them up, and Pond can take over from there, because I don't know if there's anything going on with her hands or not.
Rowan, it's strange. There are no markings on Lenosa's hands.
And when you touched said spear, you didn't experience, say, excruciating pain and
To be fair, Rowan,
Anything?
I'm still in a bit of pain now.
oh, I'm so
So-
sorry.
Not that
Um,
I'm asking you to do anything about that. It
No,
just
it's totally fine. And she'll touch Lenosa on her shoulder and heal her for 5 HP with healing hands.
Would
Perfect.
this hurt if someone else touched it?
I would say probably so. And Rowan takes off her long glove and holds out her palm, and you see a fairly large circular burn mark on her right palm that would match the main handle symbol of Shar that's also a circle.
I will say this, and she looks dead in Rowan's eyes. Take the spear. And she kind of raises an eyebrow a little bit.
I don't. I don't think that I've earned that right. But I will return it back to where it belongs, which is for no one to use.
No, that's okay. You misunderstand. The words I heard before I touched it were take the spear and my gift. And I can only assume that the back half of that sentence is the reason that I was not inside the temple waiting for you all to valiantly come and rescue me. And she says that with as much like mirth and like positive emotion she can give. And
we were coming.
I know, Nisa. I had no doubt in my mind that you would come. But those were the words that I heard. And they were not from anyone in the temple, as far as I'm aware.
Gods seem to have a way of speaking to people as of late.
And she raises her eyebrow at that. Who?
Seems we've all been hearing some voices lately.
I'm not hearing any voices.
I mean, I hear voices a lot.
Well,
Oh, I don't.
I
I hear
usually
all
don't.
of your voices.
Yeah, I hear yours as well, Dennis.
Good, I'm glad.
Were we not like chosen? Like, does your goddess not like me? Am I not good enough for them? Or
You hear in the
I-
back
I
of your
say that,
head
like-
just a laugh, Nisa. It's just a very soft, like tinkling, like.
no?
I'm
mm-mm,
watching.
No, you can leave. I don't.
Oh no. Oh no.
Now you
Okay.
see what I have to go through.
I don't like it. I don't like it. She like faces the door for the rest of the conversation.
I was asked to help out her child, which I assume was you, Lenosa.
I would like to do a religion check to see if, or whatever check, I guess, to see if Lenoso knows what the hell they're talking about.
Yeah, go ahead and make me religion. Yeah, religion.
That's a nat 1, baby.
You you've never heard yourself be referenced as like a daughter of Saloon or daughter of a goddess or anything even close to that. So you're about as confused as they are with why the gods have started fucking with you 5. Excuse me, sorry.
I will say just that. I have never been referenced as the daughter of a goddess.
Well, I mean, you're as pretty as one, I say while facing the wall.
I would also like, Pond, if this is okay with you, to make a deception check off of that statement.
Go ahead.
Are we
Yeah, this
rolling
is just kind of
insight
like-
or?
Watching all of this happen, he's got like the soles of his feet together and he's like holding his ankles. He's kind of
How
got
the
full-
fuck does that happen? That's a nat 20.
Hold on.
That's a 21
It's the natural
total.
spread.
Damn it.
It's a 21 total. Off of her, I have never been referenced as a daughter of a goddess.
Perfect.
18 insight.
Oh, am I supposed to do insight?
If you'd like to insight, Dennis,
I'm
you're
facing a
holding
wall.
your ankles.
He's just like, he looks a bit like a child. He just looks so happy that everyone is here. And he just keeps smiling at Lenosa.
I love that.
Also, he's on the floor. Like a big
Like a big,
fucking child baby.
yeah, that's
Love it.
beautiful.
I got a 3 on insight, so I'm facing the wall actually.
Yeah. It's just like, I asked for something and now I'm full of regret. I asked for something and now I'm full of regret.
Exactly. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it.
No, get the god out of my head. Get the god out of my head.
No. Those aren't real. Those aren't real. Those aren't real. So she said
To
the
placate
wall.
Nisa, Lenosa is going to grab the pack that she was given and rifle through it, and then she's going to pull out the brass knuckles that Nisa made, and she's going to visibly sigh with relief when she grabs them.
Aww. Nisa, you see that
The wall.
Lenosa has, the wall.
I
Is
hear
it
the
so facing-
particular
You
clank,
hear the clink.
and I turn
clank.
around.
I forgot that you were still staring at the wall after that. Yeah, you hear the clink clank of of metal, and you're immediately piqued.
What's this?
Metal.
Metal.
So let me get this straight. We have not one but 2 goddesses interfering on your behalf, and you don't know anything about why that is. I'm not, this is not an accusation. I'm just very confused. This is something that we definitely have to.
Rowan, no
figure out.
offense is taken. We were on an airship. A man pointed directly at me, accosted me, took me to a temple of Shar, and now I sit in front of you with an item you revere greatly, and myself.
Lenosa, do you
Or-
know this man?
You want us to help you, you have to be honest.
We want to help you.
Because you're like my family. All of you will eventually have the last name True Gem. I say under my head, under my breath.
But
Wait,
I
where did
already
this come
have a
from?
last name, but I guess.
Lenosa, you have to be honest.
Unless.
Unless.
I'm gonna do another deception check,
Okay.
please.
I
Yep,
cast Zone
roll
of
me a
Truth.
deception
Just
check.
kidding. I don't have that.
Quickest way to get someone to not trust you. Zone of truth.
Does
Okay.
Lenosa like
I'm
hesitate
inside
at all?
checking that. By the way.
Sorry, George. What?
Does Lenosa like hesitate at all?
Yeah, that's kind of what the check was, and it's a 7, so she is gonna hesitate.
Big gap.
Dennis like leans over and he just places a large hand for the rest of the party, a pretty normal sized hand for you, on your leg.
You don't have to talk about it if you don't want to. If it hurts, you can talk about it later, or...
No, Dennis, it. Yes, I know who he is. I've known who he is, well, I know exactly who he is as of only a few hours ago, but the concept of him, who he represents, has been on my mind for a very long time. And she looks directly at Dennis and she says, he is the primary reason I still draw breath. And either he or I will die. Maybe both, but I will do everything in my power to see him dead. He is the vengeance I spoke of. He is the man that was inches from meeting the tip of this spear, and I chose to run. I am not ready.
Oh,
Not yet.
By the
But I will be.
ancestors. By the ancestors and by the woods. You will not die. I'll make sure of that.
me too.
You may not
If-
be ready alone, but you have us.
And she
After all-
smiles.
After all, we did take away not only initial gesture to the spirit, but someone I would gladly call a friend. And to see that not only has he taken you and attempted to harm you, but not harm your family as or whoever in your past as well. We can't abide by that. So I'd say it's time to, how do they say it, rally and planned a very, very interesting visit to the temple.
Everyone give me all their weapons.
All
And
of them?
all of them. And I'm just gonna like load out like a trench coat of just trinkets. If you give me enough time, we'll be ready.
How long do you need?
8 hours per.
Reasonable.
Here, you can take my mace, but if you even so much as look at that spear,
Oh, I don't want to touch that. I don't want to
Yeah.
be burned alive or whatever happens. I have an idea for you though, but I'll take the mace.
yeah.
I'm gonna send DM a list of magic items for next game if that's okay.
Perfect. Thank you.
Nisa, it is a matter of great importance to me that the staff be untouched. as she
Come on.
pulls the quarterstaff out of the bag of holding. And as she does so, she like realizes that it's not empty because she's more or less pulled everything that belongs to her out of the bag of holding. And she like was about to say something super profound, but is like struck by confusion. And she like looks at the bag and then like checks across her things. Like she's, you know, she remembers that she no longer has the shovel. The shovel was left with Kiki. And she's like looking through. She's like, okay, there's a couple of, she's like making like a mental Rolodex of like what was in there. And you're watching her think, and then she grabs into the bag, and by the look on her face, you can tell that what she is touching is not something that is familiar. And she pulls out this stone that's about palm sized, and I'll let Pond explain the rest.
So the stone is about palm sized. For Lenosa, for you guys, it's a little bit bigger. And there are inscriptions in a big circle around it. Anyone who's proficient in it can make an Arcana roll to see if they know what this is. Is there anyone who's proficient?
23.
Okay. I was like, shit, is no one proficient in Arcana? 23. Rowan, this is a teleportation stone. They're super rare. They are single use. This one has not been used because the runes still exist on the stone. And you know that basically this functions as a teleportation spell in a box. As long as everyone is touching the stone, you can utilize it to teleport anywhere within reason.
And she like does she I guess I should also do a
Make an
Arcana
Arcana roll
check.
so you can see if you know what it is as well.
that's a 3. She's gonna look at it and just go, Kiki.
All right. Is there anything else in your bag that we should be aware of? Because now you have taken out the spear, a backstory, and freaking teleportation stone.
Rowan.
You have some gold. Is my father in? Might be my father. Is my father in your bag?
He was hiding in there the whole time.
Rowan.
Actually, can you check for my
there's-
mother as well? She might
There's
be in there.
Rowan, Aurelian, there's so many jokes that could be made off of the things that you just said, but did you a backstory? Did you think that I appeared from nowhere? I mean,
you have a
Sometimes you do.
propensity to do
well,
so.
poor choice of words, I suppose.
Exactly.
But do you think I was just formulated in the mountains or something?
I mean, I've heard very, very colorful, and also quite boring backstories, both of them, you know. So it wasn't, you know, improbable. But yeah, it's just a lot at once.
Well,
Yeah.
since you seem to be rather enamored with this thing, and at the tail end of that, she tosses it right at Rowan.
What did you? Did I catch it?
Make me a dex save.
Oh no! I'm not a dexterous person. Oh, but it's a 16 though.
A 16 is just enough, so you kind of like sputter, and there's a panic because you know how valuable something like this is, and you kind of like and there's a question as to whether or not you catch it, and then you firmly grasp it in your hands.
Should I do that with the spear next? And she like lifts it up as if she's gonna like toss it.
No, thank you. That will be wrapped up with some spare clothes for later.
Have you never touched this spear?
No, it
Well,
has
at least once.
Oh, true.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of, but yes, it's been, how long has it been? Like 14 years? Since I've touched it with my bare hands. Of course, gloves, mostly enchanted, or sometimes just very thick ones like these, tend to do the job. But you don't know what you get into when you're very young and see a shiny object. So,
Have you
would
never
not
wanted? Have you never been curious though?
I
Try again.
Aurelian, are you curious?
Oh, I've spoken with the gods one
It's-
too many times in the past couple of days. I don't need any more.
Yes. Let's see. The last time I touched it, that was the first time I heard Shara's voice in my head, and I was given a choice to either serve, disappoint my family, become something I did not want to be, or to die. And as you see, I'm still here. Lost a few feathers along the way, but it's not something I would rather experience again. 2 out of 10 would not recommend.
So I think it's time for me to ask a question of you, Rowan.
It's only fair.
You seem to be rather perplexed by my predicament. So that tells me that you know something about that voice that came to me.
I mean, if it sounded very shrill and you think that you would rather just, curl up into a ball or say, have this heavy weight on your shoulders, then that's probably Shar. But
It was not that.
But if it's more recently, it's been a rather almost judgmental-ish feeling, but a cool touch. For me, it's been on my back, but I've heard for other people they experience it differently, and that would be Saloon. They are sisters, of course. This temple in particular thinks that they are one and the same, but I definitely believe otherwise. Unless it's some grand joke, but I really hope it's not, because it's not funny.
Hmm.
Who knows what the gods find funny?
Nothing's
What the
funny.
gods find funny indeed.
Nothing's funny about a 10-year-old being marked for the rest of her life.
Oh,
Yes.
I know that well.
But I'm sorry to drop the mood even further. We should all be celebrating that we have our lovely Lenosa back.
Celebrating that I ran, Rowan.
There's no shame in collecting yourself.
It's a strategic thing. And we are coming back.
Let me be clear. I should have used this. I should have killed him or been killed by him.
I believe you should
But I
have
did not.
done what you did. We're here now.
To imply
You-
that there is some sort of celebration in this is patronizing to me.
Well, I apologize for that.
Perhaps we
I'm-
plan, though.
I celebrate that you're here.
I do too. That is-
Me too.
Janice will stand up and he will give Lenosa a hug.
And there's nothing wrong with finding strength in yourself before you can go and kick other people's asses. Sometimes running is the way to start that process. Because now we can go back with 9 hands. 10 hands. 9. I counted my own metal hand wrong. Yeah, I don't, you know.
What does target count as to?
Oh, target, you guys. Anyway, that doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. And I come into the hug as well, hopefully. Metal arm around Lenosa, so I don't ruin the moment for Danis.
We missed you.
It's true. It's true.
Lenosa looks like she's going to say something. And she kind of just takes the second to break gently the hug with Danis after reciprocating a little bit of it and says, I have been incredibly unfair to you. There is more to know, but I cannot. I am not ready. And with that, she kind of just sets the spear gently down, like leaning up against it, like a corner, so that she is no longer holding it. And just looks at you all and then just shakes her head.
You're right. In due time or never at all. It's up to you.
There's a soft knock on the door. And the door swings open and you see the bartender from before and he goes, I got your drinks.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Food.
I could certainly use some right now.
Sorry to interrupt anything.
All right.
You all need to sleep. You need rolls, bed rolls.
Yeah, the
Yes, please.
5 of us.
This is the only secure place I've got, so I've got rooms if you want them, but they're not the same.
I look around at everybody.
I'll stay here.
Sounds fine for me.
I think we'll stick together. Looks at Lenosa.
Her eyes are closed.
We'll stick together tonight.
Then I'll be back with him. And he leaves and comes back pretty quickly with the bed rolls. He goes, I know it's daytime, but you're looking a little bit worse for wear there. So we'll get you some food and give you 24 hours before you gotta move on.
Appreciate you. I'm gonna slip him 5 gold.
He gladly takes it. Hey, Aurelian.
Hey, what's up?
Can you make me a wisdom saving throw?
Yeah, of course. Natural 1. How does that work?
That's
How's that?
tasty.
How is that? Is that?
It's tasty for me. That tune that popped up in your head when you read that children's book. You gotta hum that out loud. Can everyone else make me a wisdom saving throw, please?
No.
No.
No, I don't want to.
17.
Perfect.
Also a 17.
17.
11.
11. Nisa and Danis, that song gets stuck in your head. You don't feel like you need to hum it out loud just yet, but that little tune is just really catchy. Rowan and Lenosa, it's annoying.
Do I recognize it by chance? I personally haven't read the book, but it was in
Your library.
good old dad's library, so.
Yeah, make me a history check. It's gonna be hard. DC 18.
All right. Okay, so it's a 16, but what's my modifier? 18 or 19.
19. Awesome.
16 plus 3. I can't do math.
That's okay. You're great. That's great. Yeah, so you recognize it. It's familiar for sure. Like, you have this memory of that book and your dad keeping it. With a 19 on such a hard check. So you remember your dad bringing that book home. And you remember one of the housemaids sort of shelving it with the kids' books, and your dad being super angry when he caught you with it. It was one of the few times that he really yelled at you. And then you heard him later yelling at one of the maids, the maid who put the book in the children's section. And you were told not to open the book. And it was sort of a buried memory because it happened back before you touched the Spear of Shar. And it was just one of those weird things, that got overshadowed by the rest of the trauma that you incurred. You were probably like 6 or 7 when it happened. But you remember hearing something about a curse.
Oh, boy. Hey, Aurelian, do you mind if I see that book that you have?
The one that I got from your place.
Yeah, the one you got. Yeah, that one.
Yeah, we've talked about this.
Bold of you to assume that I won't make it a big deal every single time I mentioned it.
I should have known. And I'll reach into my bag and pull it out. It's unlocked. I was just reading it like the night before.
Mm-hmm.
Here you go.
Thank you. Just something came up, and I remembered that this book caused a lot of problems in my family with the maid and my dad. So let me know if there's something, and just a gesture to all of Aurelian, weird happening.
Everything seems fine. I don't know. I feel the same.
Okay. But yeah, just let me know. We have a propensity to keep a lot of things that probably should not be touched in a house that has very little security. So, yeah.
Touching things
Yeah.
I'm not supposed to is par for the course, so...
Just magic is weird. Dangerous even. So be
Say that again.
careful with that. I don't want any, to lose you and all that mishy stuff.
You care about me.
Well, I guess. I mean, I don't want you to die.
I will accept that.
And with that, the Rowan's going to take the book and probably just look at it, avoid eye contact with Aurelian as much as possible.
Love that. And I think with that, my friends, that's where we're going to end for this evening. I know it's a little bit earlier than we normally do. Sorry about that.
All right.
but-
But we only have 3 sessions left. Or 2
I
sessions
know.
Two
left.
sessions.
Two
Are you talking about
sessions.
4-hour long episodes?
All right,
just-
24-hour
just
stream
means
next
that
time.
we're almost. That just means we're almost done.
Oh,
It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great.
getting close to the
Gonna be
finale. Oh my god.
Getting close to the finale.
Spicy.
It's gonna
No.
be so good. I'm so excited. Thank you, chat, for hanging out with us
Mhm.
this wonderful Monday evening. We're
Yeah.
so glad to have the full
awesome.
party back together. Thank you for all of the donations and tips that you've given us and helping us achieve our goal again for art in one day. That was amazing.
Yes.
We are so grateful for you. Let's go around the table and talk about who we are and where we can be found.
I'm sorry.
Spear of Shard.
Spear Sarah Tip Tip. Thank you for that tip.
I love
Spear
how
Sarah.
everyone's just like, burn, baby, burn.
Don't burn, baby. Not again.
Jinkies.
Jeez.
I'll reveal a little bit of
Trauma.
trauma. And then boom, it becomes fuel for
Boom.
terror.
I love it.
Baby bird.
Never gonna
As
share
it
anything
should be.
again.
Terrible but wonderful. I love it so much. So let's go around the room real quick and who we are and where we can be found. We'll start with Hero.
Hello, Suddenly a Hero. I stream on Twitch throughout the week, Sundays, Thursdays, and Saturdays, playing a variety of spooky games and Elden Ring right now. You can catch me usually Sundays and Thursdays, 8 p.m. Eastern, and Saturdays at noon. Yeah, thank you so much.
Beautiful. Let's go to Jen.
Hello. Hi, I'm Jen, or Jen is online. You can find me on Twitch on Sundays and Wednesdays. Not a stream day for Feywild and out. I do variety content all over the place. I also do YouTube vlogging on Jen is Offline, and I also have a podcast for all you dungeon masters out there called The Overprepared DM, because that just explains my DM style.
I love it. Thank you. Let's go to George.
Hello, I am George. You can find me on Twitch at George's Online. George W. Ambush. And I stream every Thursday at 7 MST usually. I am also found on another D&D channel that is starting a brand new campaign tomorrow, where you can find 2 lovely individuals that are also on this channel, both Jen and Pando, and we're playing brand new characters. It's a brand new campaign. If you've never checked out Quest Vault at Architect Lum, LUM, I would suggest you go do it. It's like all original art, all original music, all original characters. My OC, please don't steal. It's gonna be a blast. Yes, please come check it out. I love you all. You're wonderful.
We love you too. Jade.
Hello, everybody. I'm Jade Valkyrie. You can find me most places as Jade Valkyrie. Here on Twitch as Jade Valkyrie with a 3. You can click on the username. That makes it a lot easier. And yeah, I usually stream on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and sometimes Saturdays. Played League of Legends, Elden Ring sometimes, a lot of variety stuff. I'm here on Mondays for Feywild and Out, and on Wednesdays at 1 p.m. Pacific time, I host a talk show with Kira Please, who's a lovely cosplayer and person overall. And we just talk about, it used to be about current events, and we kind of just turned it into just us chilling, vibing, yeah. And that's on Queen's GG, and I'll put that in the chat as well.
Beautiful. We love it. Thank you. And last but certainly not least, our dear Sparrow.
Heyo, I am A Black Sparrow, your favorite burb on the internet, and you can find me at A Black Sparrow on Twitter, Instagram. I don't really TikTok, I really should. SherrickRobinson.com. You will also find my podcast there, where I hang out with my friend Amelia, and we talk about nostalgia mostly because we're both children of the late 80s, early 90s, and we can't stop talking about it. So you can check us out there. I also have merch, so if you want merch that says Jinkies on it, then check that out. Discord.
I
That is
have it.
also at SherrickRobinson.com. Links there. So basically anything that has to do with me, just go to SherrickRobinson.com, SherrickRobinson.com, and enjoy.
Fun the bar. We love you. Oh yeah, and I'm Pond.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot. I said last but not least, and then I realized I forgot myself.
It took me a second because I was like, but there's you though.
But there's me.
But wait a minute.
I'm Pond. I go by Pond Plays. You can find me on Instagram at Pond Plays Games. I'm also on Twitter, but I don't really use it. You can find me here every Monday night where I run a game of D&D for these lovely, lovely, chaotic folks. You can find me every Tuesday night over on Architect Loom where I play D&D with two of these lovely folks. You can find me every other Wednesday. Welcome in, Shadow Reaver.
Hi,
Thank you so
Shadow
much for
Reaver.
that raid.
We're on our way out though.
We're on our way out, so we're gonna take this raid train and just keep it rolling. You can find me every other Wednesday over at the Initiative Order, where I run a completely homebrewed game in my own homebrew world that I've been building for almost 3 years. There's a lot of emotional damage in that one, though, a lot. So prepare yourself if you want to watch players cry. Sometimes it's great.
Emotional damage.
Emotional damage. I also stream sometimes on Twitch. Right now I'm on a hiatus because I am growing a human and I'm getting ready to go on maternity leave. So these will be our... Oh, that's so sad, Shadow Reaver. I'm so sorry to hear that your character died.
Oh my god.
No.
Wow.
That could have happened.
But please make sure to join our Discord, follow our socials, and keep an eye out for all the wonderful things that are going to be happening while we switch over to different campaigns. And I think that for this evening, our raid phrase should be "Burn, baby, burn."
I agree. We're gonna raid on over to -1 charisma on Twitch, but thank you so much for watching us on YouTube as well. YouTube just ends for now, but we'll fix that eventually. So as we go to our goodbye screen, I'll start the raid.
Okay.
Goodbye, friends.
Goodbye, everybody. We'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.